Oh boy, this is fun. I have no idea if we're even on or I even can be heard. I'll rely on you in the comments. I've still heard nobody. It looks like we have 8 viewers. I have no idea if I'm even on the air right now. Somebody please tell me and comment if I am on the air and if you can hear me. Nothing is working on this end. I don't understand. All right, I'm finally back on. I can hear it. All right, guys, welcome in. Thank you, Streamlabs. Guys, if you have a YouTube channel, I wonder if anybody uses Streamlabs. How fun is Streamlabs to anybody? How frustrating. Anyway, let's get to our episode. Now that everybody's in, welcome to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy, with Frank the Crypto Tank, struggling with the audio for about 15 minutes here this morning. Yes, we finally got this thing going. Holy crap. Thank you for dealing with the horse crap this morning on this channel. I did not do it purposely, of course. It is a Streamlab that I use that anytime it updates and I try to restart my computer to make it work properly, but sometimes it doesn't work. Anyway, I got it to work finally, and here we are. Thank you. And it messes with the audio, and it'll tease you and make it think it's going to work and does the video, but not the audio. XRP is at a turning point now, guys. We've got the tech, we've got the clarity, and the ETF door is swinging wide open for us. I think we know that. XRP today. Let's break it down now. The ledger, the law, and the ETF race in this episode. You got Frank the Crypto Tank. Please tap that like and subscribe down below, and don't forget to tap that Caleb link either. You're not going to be sorry. Tap that link, and you're going to find out what's going on with Caleb, and refer to our interview, of course, with Jim Bazzani, laying out what Caleb is and why you might want to be thinking about that. That's up to you. I'm Frank the Crypto Tank, and I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. You must consult your RIA before you invest into anything. First, the tech base, the XRP Ledger, isn't proof of work, and we know it's not proof of stake. It runs off a UNL, as we know, a unique node list. This consensus mechanism model allows it to achieve 3 to 5 second settlement and for pennies. And we are rewriting, we are reworking the entire plumbing of the existing financial system with Ripple and XRP and some of the others. And guys, welcome in. Turkey Base, welcome in. Not today, welcome in. Monsager, welcome in. Everybody, welcome in this morning. Marnie, hey, what's up? Okay, so do you still hear nothing? Wait, are you still not getting volume? Hold on, guys. Oh, good gracious. Gravy. Good gravy. Let's see. Are we getting volume here? I do believe we are. Can somebody please tell me if we're working properly? If you don't mind. Somebody please tell me. Okay, we're good. All right, Monsager, okay, good. I was going to say, just hit the refresh. Okay, good. Welcome in, Monsager, too. Guys, welcome in. Boy, I don't think any episode has ever seen us with these types of difficulties here this morning that we're having on the technical end. But look at us running through them. We're 17 minutes into the program, and we haven't even gotten anything off here. Oh my gosh. Can we fire a shot off, please, Tank? Jeez. All right, faster payments, cheaper settlement. We already know the whole thing. 3 to 5 seconds, blah, blah, blah. But let's consider the AMM as well, okay? Reducing slippage for the markets, and making these derivatives, the derivatives market, run like a freaking UFO on fire. Yep. Did you guys stop to think about that? Now, right now, we're kind of doing horse and buggy with the derivatives market, and now this AMM. Oh, boy. Guys, I don't think people understand what's happening with the technology increases, the levels up that we're doing in the financial system and in the markets with blockchain technologies and cryptocurrencies. I don't think people understand. They don't know of it, so they don't understand. They don't know of it. We try to inform. We got liquidity algorithms coming, guys, and cross-chain bridges in the pipelines. On-chain signals show clear patterns, of course, but we're going to have a shift, very likely. And by the way, I think we know, guys, all right. We can shift gear to the law now concerning Ripple and XRP. but I don't want to because it's silly, because we already know. I have a talk prepared for us, but a lot of it I'm not going to run through. We'll get to the ETF picture, though. That's crucial. You know that the XRPR, the Rex Osprey ETF, rocked the house, 27 million in 90 minutes. Record-breaking ETF inflows, capital inflows. Holy Christmas. And 30-something, whatever million, 37, 38 million in a day or something wacky. But anyway, and like 58 million, by the way, that day between Doge and Rex, XRPR, if I recall correctly. That's crazy. But anyway, we do have future tickers, XRPI, XRPT, and UXRP. Those are for folks who like to play with futures, and those are not, of course, that's not the spot. They're not holding the asset there. Still don't have access to the custody there. You don't hold the keys on that, of course, when you have the ETF. But with a futures, it's less control, so to speak. You just have access to basically the future price. So it's a coupon for future price, essentially, right? The future. You don't you're not holding it. You're just getting access to the price action. Some people love that. God bless. People do what they wish to do. I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. You want to make money in crypto or anything else, you got to consult your RIA, your registered investment advisor, because that's not me. Anyway, I'm an entertainer. I'm an educator. I'm not a yapper. I'm a talking parrot head up here. That's what I do. The big news is that Rex Osprey ETF, of course, ticker XRPR, launched just weeks ago, just recently here, trading on CBOE, BZX, and it broke records, 24 mil, as I've said, in the first 90 minutes. That's 5 times more than XRP futures funds, just for a taste, just to see what spot funds do. If we get like 5 spot funds approved here, or 6, in my opinion, if we get about 6 by, 6 is that crucial mark for the spokes in the wheel. If we get like 6, oh boy, and one's a big player like BlackRock, Fidelity, oh baby, oh boy, look at Q1, Q2 2026, and you tell me what in the heck's going to go on with XRP's price action. Now look at, you've been trying to press XRP like a big old beach ball into that water for all this time. Sooner or later it's going to pop up, and you're going to press that capital flow price action. And that thin liquidity on the ledger. I'm about to rip my glasses off, but I'm not going to do it. Guys, what happens if they do get approved, especially like 6 of them? Oh, sorry, comments, guys. Sorry. Guys, Sir Gassington, welcome in. Awesome, thank you. I've been eager for you today. Can you touch on these new MTPs? Sorry, turkey base. MTPs, multiple purpose tokens that will run in accordance to the XRP Ledger. It's posted on their website as well to check. Okay, so they're the MTPs, and I can get into them if you would like a little bit later. Let's get, hey, Base, I'll make you a deal. Let me get through the episode today, and we will take a peek at what you are suggesting there. When we get to our share screen and we get to all that stuff. And I know we've been leaving out the whiteboard piece of the episode, and I don't know why. I really have no answer for you. It's easy enough to pull out. It's kind of fun. Put the little schmuck on. Pretend we're in the lab again. I don't know. It's kind of fun. XRP moving. The adoption builds as the banks and funds test settlement flows. Now, that sets XRP up for a breakout year, and I think we all know that 2026, regardless of what happens with a bear market, XRP will not lose ground. I don't believe it will. But you're listening to a guy who's drinking out of an XRP cup and cheersing his microphone and scolding it from time to time. Michael James microphone, get over there. All right. I use the middle name. Get pissed. Thing move over. Now, we're going to keep our eyes on October, or what everybody's calling Uptober. I'm calling it corny at this point. Uptober. How silly. Anyway, I'm come on, calm down, Tank. Be nice to the world. All right, the SEC clock is, of course, ticking. And if the switch flips, XRP may finally step into its spotlight here, guys. We've been waiting for this for some time, and I think, now here, let me get in some more details here. All right, now, in my opinion, well, in my opinion, BTC is going to 130, 135K in just a very short period of time here, coming right up. We've already seen it go from, and by the way, I'm going to inject here because I keep forgetting the Patreon. So check it. Check the link, the Patreon link. Guys, Bitcoin was at 108,800 September 26th. It's now at, and let's get to our share screen. We will get to some MTPs. Let's check it. Oganari Films, welcome in. I do not know how to say that handle, but welcome in. After XRP ETF, nothing will happen. Maybe next year is your opinion. I agree. I think we're still into, well, something will happen. We'll get a kick up. This is the thing. This is the thing. Okay. People, one of the things. Okay. In my opinion, markets require patience. If somebody's going to invest in the markets, it requires patience. Don't be a child. I know you're not. Retail. I talk to retail in general right now. It was never me, thank goodness, and I'm being genuine. It was never me. I've always played my cards right with investing because I did the paper accounts first and I learned before I used my money, and I've not failed or fallen on my face. In fact, I've only won and taken a little bit here and there and so forth, okay? And have massive bags packed. Okay. Why? How can that be? I'm a cautious fellow, first of all. Second of all, I'm a well-learned and researched fellow. Third of all, when it's money, I'm a controlled fellow. And I also quit coffee a couple years ago. Guys, be careful. You're going to pound the coffee and go try to trade. It's going to get you all emotional, all fired up, think you're somebody or not. Please be careful. Coffee is absolutely a drug. Come on. It is. And I'm not, guys, if you want to do coffee, you do a little bit, fine. But to do the coffee, get emotional, and then start trading? No. That hits my point number 3. Do not act as a child the way retail does. We operate as institutional investors do. That's how we play. So, please be careful. And please understand that things don't, here's the main point, jumping off that comment, and I agree 100%. Guys, don't think XRP is not just going to the moon like that. Nothing does that. Okay, Bitcoin can. But it can, in a week it can go up to 11, 10 grand, 7 days. What in the heck? It was just that one. Okay. XRP can too. Now, XRP is more of, watch. Let's look at this analogy. Look at this. I've never heard anybody make this analogy. You're going to love this one, I think. Okay. Here's Bitcoin because of its tokenomics and the money and 21 million, set supply. It's like a big dam like this. And when it pops and it flows, blah, the money comes sliding in, blah. But then it dams up like this, boom, and it goes down fast, boom. Okay, XRP is more of like this, coming through a pipe, especially with the thin liquidity. And when it opens, and that pipe opens, boop, and the cap comes off this end, and it starts flowing through. It may not flow through like this with like a massive dam breaking, but it keeps going and going and flowing and flowing and going and going through that pipe, and it don't fucking stop. Didn't swear. Do you get it? Does everybody get this? It doesn't stop in a bear market. It keeps going. It's going up because it keeps being used, and that's why it's going up, and that don't stop there in a bear market. Okay. I don't know if anybody's getting, I try. Guys, check out the Patreon. It's very crucial, and I hope you guys are getting or catching what I'm throwing down to you at this point concerning XRP, but you can't just listen to me because that doesn't work. You have to go research and read and find out and see all these things on your own. Yeah, it takes a little time. Yeah. Does. It's worth it.
allows you to sleep well at night. You're not going to go doing this listening to me. Ain't going to work for you. You must do your own research or this whole thing doesn't work. I'm telling you, there's no easy way. I am not a financial advisor. I am saying that folks are not going to make money in markets, crypto, or any market unless they do their own research, unless they stay very patient and non-emotional, unless they continue to be well-learned and researched and careful and cautious and risk mitigated. Unless they practice first. This is rule number 1. Practice first with paper account. First without real money. Okay. Now, can people still be successful without doing those things? Yeah, mildly. You're not going to crush it. You're not going to be able to sidestep all the landmines and get through the gauntlet at the end as the knight being like, nobody's ever really done it. No, you didn't even get touched by any of those mechanisms that we had to like slice you, dice you, chop you, stomp you. You know, the gauntlet back in the medieval days. How the hell did you do that? Nobody does that. Yeah. Can you do that with investing? I bet some of you do. I bet some of you have done that with investing, guys. And hats off to you guys who have done it nicely and sidestepped the landmines. This includes not losing crypto either. And that's also just chance and luck. I mean, because anybody can be, geez, you know what I mean? Yikes. Be very cautious and careful. We can reduce the odds in a huge way. Guys, the XRP Frontier here, from the ledger mechanism to the institutional entry. We have deep fundamentals and protocol insights here, legal, regulatory, and regulatory status, SEC and Ripple litigation, update, and ETF arena. If you guys are just joining us in here, here's what is pending, here's what is not. And before we get into more crucials, let's get to our quick little share screen and get to markets this morning. Cryptocurrency market cap at $4.1 trillion. Bitcoin is coming in at 119,230. What's going on? It was just at 108,800 or something, just a week ago. What in good gravy is going on? Look at 926. On 926, it was at 108,888. What in the world is happening here, folks? Well, what's happening is that cryptocurrency does what it always does, and we have not stopped. This $119,000 price for Bitcoin, of course, is going to at least 135,000 in just a little bit, which is the obviousness of the truth. Look at this. Look. Now, all one has to do is just hop back here and say, now, wait a minute. I'm on the 1 year. It seems like we can draw a trend line and not bump this ceiling here, and we can keep seeing price action jump up and almost hit it and then dip down and correct and then pop back up and boom, boom, boom. Does that mean if I go back further, Tank, and I draw a trend line right here, a diagonal going up, I can see where the 2017, 2018 bull market was at that time? Boom, boom, boom. Yes. And all the bear market in between? Oh, yes. Answer is yes. Oh, and then I can see that double top we had right here and the dead cat bounce right here back in 2021. Yes. And then I can see all the time that the smart people be careful. Be nice. The people who saw the truth of it all and zoomed out, when in doubt, zoomed out, because we're almost always in doubt, so we better almost always be zooming out. Oh, my God. They went in here and they said, maybe I should buy my ever-loving fucking ass off right here. And we did. And, oh, my God, look at this. You could draw a trend line. And does that mean you're telling me that if the trend line is here and we're at 119,000 right now, Tank, that means the trend line up here, if we come out in time, on the chart over here, do you see my mouse over here and go up to here, excuse me, and draw a trend line? You're telling me we're at like $175,000 Bitcoin? Yes. Wake up and smell the phony Bitcoin, the phony digital money. It's not phony. Sorry, I didn't mean that. That's not true. Wake up and smell the digital money. Wake up and smell the truth of it. Bitcoin is going to 175. What everybody called phony money. I was trying to be funny. Sarcastic. And yes, wake up and smell it, because there goes your trend line right there. Let me try to make my guy really big. Boom! Look at that! Boom! Look at that freaking trend line, dog! Look at that! What? Yes, it does not take a genius. It takes someone who has some good sense and some patience and can put down 9,000 cups of coffee, not put them down their gullet, but put it down and stop doing 9,000 cups of coffee and get controlled excited the way the Tank does, and then pull it back down. and have people think you're wacky. I'm not. The music can help. Guys, all this stuff's going to the frickin' moon, and anybody who can't see that is not paying attention on a backed up scale. Now look at this. We got something a little bit different. Tank, what are you talking about? Because before you drew that trend line like that, you didn't draw, but you tried to show me a trend line with that huge monster black arrow there, and it doesn't seem to work with XRP. Because it seems to me like where we were at the all-time high here in 2018, December 22nd, right? Tanker's birthday. That was my birthday present. The lawsuit was my birthday. And then here we go. It's like the same level. Tank, what are you talking about? You can't say that for XRP. And then it just did this little thing for the bull run of 2021 with that double top and the dead cat bounce there. I don't get that. I don't understand what you're trying to tell me right now. Well, here's what I'm trying to tell you. This is lame-o. And so is this. XRP should have been up here and then up here. Right? Right. XRP should already be at 15, 17 bucks. Guys, do you guys understand this stuff? And I'm not you guys, not my guys, not my people in the channel. The general retail that's out there. I'm not talking about people in the channel. I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody. I'm asking genuinely to the people who I'm thinking don't understand this. You guys, you starting to get this? All this action and this action was supposed to be way the fuck up here. Way up here, guys. Do you get it? We're talking about, since it didn't do it, we're getting our bust out. XRP gonna keep going. Oh boy. I still think there's people that don't understand this. It can't do that. Yes, it can. If you understand thin liquidity, you'll see it absolutely can do that for sure. And how it's utility driven, it's price action. Yes, you can. And that it's burned and that it becomes more scarce. They could just dump a whole bunch more on the market. Yes, they can. That is true. Have they shown any sign of doing that? Can you please wake up and smell the coffee that you might need more of, maybe? Maybe I'm off. Maybe some folks need more coffee. No, seriously, guys, come on. That's a concern that people have, and they're not buying XRP because of that. And they're going to kick themselves in the pantalones. I'm telling yous, I've got so many people around me, guys, who are money people who have done way better with money than I have. Oh, my God, I'm a little knucklehead compared to folks that I know that have done well with money. People that I know around me, that are around me every day. And the concern is they fully respect XRP and they see it and everything. They're like, the thing is I understand this whole tokenomics thing, and they could dump on the market at any time. At any time, if they want to, they can dump on the market without that controlled dump that they do at the beginning of each month, of course, right? They could change that and just massively dump. Come on, why would they ever do that? No way helps them. They're a company that's moving. What do you know who does that? Little rug pull, little weasels do that. XRP is not a room full of rug pulling little weasels. They're a room full of professionals that's built one of the largest blockchain tech companies on the planet through Ripple. San Francisco-based tech company Ripple is one of the guys. They're a decacorn. Their valuation is at like, I don't know, probably 16, 20 billion by now. I don't know what it is really. Guys, are you kidding me that that's the concern? I'm going to talk to my money peeps right now if anybody's listening. Are you guys kidding me that that's your concern? That that's why you're not buying XRP? Are you serious? Now, this is what I wonder. Now, I wonder that if I put my mind to money, what would have happened years and years ago if I focused on the...
Risk mitigating. Risk mitigating is not being fearful. It's not saying, wait, I just can't do the wallets. I can't learn that. I'm too old for that now, blah, 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 all the excuses. They could dump on the market at any time, XRP, all the excuses. To then later, coming up here shortly to a theater near you, grab your popcorn to watch all of these folks kick themselves in the pantalones. And I don't want to see this. I want to see people do well in this world. And I'm telling you, no, I'm not a financial advisor. I do see the truth of it. I am telling you, it sees it. Guys, and some others see it. XRP Army, not wacky. It is true. Watch. It's coming. Hilarious stuff. This is so funny and so fun. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, now look at. We got no comments. Wow. Okay, I guess we're boring today. I guess nobody's vibing with what the tank's throwing down. Maybe you jump up on the fucking desk and jump up and down for anybody to either come into this channel or get excited. No, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to have fun. Guys, the XRP Ledger and consensus. Let's cover it. XRP leverages a consensus algorithm based on unique node lists, or UNLs, rather than proof of work or proof of stake, unlike blockchains where every node votes on every block. Boring and slow. In XRPL, the nodes trust a set of validators, improving the throughput and the latency on the chain. Research has analyzed its topology, showing a backbone of nodes, high churn, and structural resilience. Recently, a protocol-level AMM, or automated market maker, design has been proposed and studied for the XRPL, showing lower slippage and better price sync in matching up buyers and sellers for the proper price, and a lower impermanent loss compared for market pools compared to traditional AMMs and on EVM chains. Now, transaction patterns and on-chain insights tell us that a study used correlation tensor spectra over weekly transaction graphs to drive early indicators of price shifts. Tell us notably, the paper shows how arbitrage across exchanges imprints on the transaction graph structure and its single values. So that suggests that beyond price charts, there's network structure, single network structure that precedes these moves. Now, the usage stats caution restrain that. One analyst found that about 74% of XRPL transactions carry. Yes, totally awesome. And let's get over, while you're doing that, I'm hopping over. This channel's freaking awesome. I love this. This is so fun. Thanks for being a part of the community and contributing. Totally awesome. And yes, I do. Lay it out. And please lay it out clearly and take your time. We got plenty of time. Don't miss, not that you do it, but everybody does, including me. Take your time and well structure the sentences well so I can understand what you're saying. All right, let me get over the share screen and see the MTPs, the multi-purpose tokens. XRP Ledger's multi-purpose tokens. Let's check them. Let's check them for you. We'll do it. We'll do it, buddy, because you are a key player in the community. All right, let's check out their multi-purpose tokens. Okay, so we're on xrpl.org, and let's check it, because I'm not very familiar with them. I'm somewhat familiar, but multi-purpose tokens form a fungible token, the XRP Ledger. They have been designed for greater efficiency and ease of use based on lessons learned from Trustline tokens. The XRP Ledger, let's check it first real quick. Trustline tokens. Tokens are a type of fungible token in the XRP Ledger, or on the XRP Ledger. They are tracked in trust lines, which enforce the rule that you cannot use someone else to hold a token they don't want. This is the original token standard of the XRP Ledger, in contrast to multi-purpose tokens. Okay, and let's get back to that. So multi-purpose tokens let you take advantage of ready-to-use tokenization features with few lines of code. You can create many token experiences from one integration, while the code of the XRP Ledger blockchain does the heavy lifting. How freaking cool. I think I need to start developing. This is so interesting to me. If you find this interesting, like I just want to go down this rabbit hole. This is so cool. And I didn't know about, I don't usually do this, but whenever I do go deeply on this kind of stuff, I love it. I say to myself, maybe I should be coding. Code properties of MTPs on XRPL. And guys, if you don't like this stuff, this isn't the channel for you. Take it easy. See you later. Bye-bye. The following properties are inherent to all fungible tokens on the XRP Ledger, including MTPs. Anyone can be an issuer. Every account has the capability to be a token issuer, and you can issue a very large quantity and variety of tokens from one account. Issuers can mint new units of any of their issuances at any time, subject to configurable limits by sending payment transactions. Key features of MTPs on the XRP Ledger. MTPs are designed for centralized finance, so they are ready to go with settings and features for institutional use cases. How freaking cool. On-chain metadata. Thanks for turning me on to this. Thanks, Turkey Base. And totally awesome. I'm getting right back to you. Totally awesome. I'm getting right back to you with you're laying it out with XDC. And thanks for doing that. We're going to cover that in a minute. And by the way, thanks for throwing me onto this, Turkey Base. How freaking cool. Each MTP issuance has key properties defined on the ledger, so everyone can look up its data on-chain, and the Ledger's transaction engine can automatically enforce specific rules. So since MTP settings are defined per issuance, you don't have to set up separate accounts to issue tokens with different settings, which also helps minimize your exposure to cyber attacks. Huh. Transferable controls, MTPs, can be made non-transferable or holdable only by approved users, which makes sense. Supply cap, MTPs can be configured with a maximum issued quantity so that the amount in circulation is never more than this number. And also makes sense. Transfer fees, the issuer can charge a percentage fee for users to transfer the tokens among themselves. Compliance controls. The issuer can freeze holders' balance or claw back the tokens, meaning to take them back from a transaction, or if there's a mistake or whatever, they usually can't be done. Or they can configure an MTP issuance so that those tokens can't be frozen or clawed back. Interesting. Flex. Let's go ahead and jump back to this XDC question. And thanks for turning us on to that. We get into more of that later. Thanks, Turkey Base. That was pretty cool. I probably didn't answer your question, but that was just a touch. We can check it more later. Anyway, Totally Awesome wants to know, guys, welcome to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. We have 3 X's. We have XRP, XLM, XDC, and these are the crushers in crypto. XRP, of course, is handling cross-border remittances, on-demand liquidity solution. Ripple is the San Francisco-based tech company that, with the XRP Ledger, that is, well, it's an open source ledger. Let's be careful about how we talk, but that's XRP settling in 3 to 5 seconds for pennies across this great planet. It is border agnostic, which is what the X stands for. RP is remittance protocol. Some people say it stands for something else. Who really gives two living? Remittance protocol sounds good to me. And then you have XLM, which is runs on the Stellar Lumens network, which is Jed McCaleb, Arthur Britero, and David Schwartz created the XRP Ledger, and then Jed McCaleb and a 1%er grabs the XRP Ledger, just to give you a really fast history rundown, grabs the XRP Ledger, essentially, brings it over to XLM, and says, here, this is called XLM now. And then they do a lot of different things, but they're basically P2P with the ledger, and they're called, they're open source ledger called designed for P2P or person-to-person payments, dealing with MoneyGram all this time, and doing this for at least over 2 years now, 3 years. moving money, blah, 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 blah. Now, for pennies for people who are making money here and want to send it abroad and not pay all these fees, these fees to actually just send $100. Okay, that's XLM. And also disaster strikes. You can, in your phone, very quickly, even if you don't have a bank, you can get access to disaster money very quickly. With XLM, it performs that function too, blah, blah, blah. Okay, B2B or business to business is the prior, is XRP. That's what it handles. Now, XTC is our third X. Please refer to our episode, The Three X's, which is pretty lame-o, actually, because our production is lame-o, and it's kind of funny to see where we were way back then versus now. But anyway, yeah, look at XDC, and here we go. Totally Awesome's laying it out for us. Do it. Do it, Totally Awesome. Totally Awesome says, before we do, hang on one sec. I'll be back in literally 2 seconds.
Why? Because I had to blow my nose and I didn't want to be rude. So, now, Totally Awesome says, okay. He says, you want me to explain my theory on why XTC will have all real-world assets in it? And I said, yeah. So he says, okay. So if you look at the technologies, you can see that XRP, XLM, HBAR, and even things like Ondo have those EVMs, plus they're all Ripple partners. Agreed. Now, looking at ETH and Sol, you can see that they are nothing like any of the other technologies. Totally agree. And they are crucial for this new financial system to operate. I agree. We agree. We all agree. XDC with Corda is that hybrid private public ledger, the shared ledger where all the tokenized assets will reside. Gilbert said this, not me. Now, he did say that. Doesn't mean that they're all residing there. He did say that. He did say that. He did say that. That doesn't mean they're all residing there, though. Okay, let's go on. I'm not going to critique just yet. I love what you're saying so far, though. Loving what you're saying so far. This is what the plug-and-play accelerator is for. It combines the two technologies, yes, into a turbocharged system that can scale global demand. Yep. Nothing else is like this token, not even XRP. Okay. I agree. I agree, but I still have questions. Okay. If you look at the ledger, at the ledgers, any ledger XDC, R3, and ETH, and Sol, and BTC, and it's our only networks that allow what's called internal transactions. Yep, true. Yep, very true. But ETH, yep, ERC20 is drag and drop. That's very true. You're right. And R3 Cortez, Solana, that's very true. And by the way, what did Quincy Jones say about that? The thing is, what did Quincy Jones say about the ledger? That it holds it inherently on the ledger. And now I think what you're trying to tell me is that XDC does the same, but Quincy says that XRP is now doesn't Quincy write for XDC? Isn't Quincy Jones an XDC developer? Clear me up on that one. By the way, R3 Corda is the Solana behind being able to dish out because it's holding the private paper work and docs. This means in order for us to take your XRP to buy a Llama, you need to go through a contract XRP to transfer the money. The asset to provide the documents to show owns how much. Okay, true. Okay. That's good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Totally awesome. Thanks for laying that all out for us. That's pretty cool. Give me a heads up on. I don't know that everything is going to run on there. Maybe what it might be is it might. And what it might be is that everything will run on there, the RWAs, and they also will run on the ledger. Maybe we will have more than one ledger that has all of them running on it so that they all have, and that totally makes sense, right? They would need to because they would all have the accounting of it, the RWAs. And if you were XTC, running on Zinfin network, if you were out of Singapore, right? If you were that ledger, you're both, yeah, you'd all have to have them all on there. Anybody who's playing ball and interoperating, I would think, would have to have them all on there. Maybe not necessarily. Anybody who is a key provider, so to speak, or communicator or facilitator of them, so to speak, would need to have all of the RWAs, their ledger. All the ledgers would have to have all the RWAs. Somebody riddle me that one. I'm not a developer. Somebody talk to me about that, what I was just saying. Help me with that. Totally Awesome, or somebody else who knows in the comments. Totally Awesome says they will absolutely be massive. Let's get our music up. Oh, yeah. That's much more relaxing. Okay. Yeah, Quincy's a developer for R3 and XTC. Okay. So XRP, says Totally Awesome, will still be king. XRP is the unified ledger. XRP is everything. It's the public ledger that everything and everyone will reside. R3 is letting the private outside RDBAs come into the digital ledger. Gotcha. And then what part then, I wonder, is quant playing, and I think I know. I think specifically their overledger is overseeing, quote unquote, or interoperating the QFS, the ISOs. I do believe that's correct. XDC is, I think, so correct me on that. You seem to know a lot about this. Totally Awesome. Help me if I'm off with that, or tell me. XDC is the hub that connects these interconnected systems and lets everything trade. Yes. So all that XDC that I got way back, thinking this is going to be something, I know it is because it's one of the ISOs. All that XDC, I'm not bragging at all. I'm not. I'm asking out loud. So you telling me then that all that XDC way back when that I got here for 0.005 cents that I loaded up on, all that XDC, you're trying to tell me that's not going to be worth something? All right, cool. Guys, don't forget Caleb and Brown. This next crypto cash out, please guard and protect like you are the ninja that I am, that I once thought I was. Do not forget, you must keep your cryptocurrencies safe. Caleb is using Fireblocks institutional grade custody. They're holding their cryptocurrencies one-to-one. They're open 24/7. You can drop an email in. You can say, hey, look, I want this done. You can set a target order, a sell order, whatever, and say, look, I want this. It's not no crap little sell order that you're trying to put on uphold, because when I do it, it gets rejected because they're like, nope, you ain't pulling more than $50,000 out of the account one day now, child. I don't know who you think you are. You agreed to that, tanker. And I'm like, crap, I did. And so, yeah, Caleb and Brown is different. If I want to pull $600,000 in a transaction, I pull it. Done skis. Done deal, yo. Right then when it's happening, done. If I want to pull $1.5 million right then when it's done, I pull it. Done. I've cleared it with my bank ahead of time. I've talked to the manager. Blah, 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 blah. I've already told you about all that. I'm not doing it again. I'm not a financial advisor. You guys are going to have to get on Caleb Brown, and you're going to have to get into Patreon to find out about details like that, because a lot of people are going to be left out in the cold. I am not spreading fear. I'm telling the truth. It already happened to me last time, and I'm like, I'm not doing this next time around. So I signed up with Caleb Brown. You might want to check out what the heck they're all about, what I'm talking about. Now, here's the deal with, 330,000 trading in the past minute of XRP moving across this planet. We got a ton going over to the MENA region here. We've got a bunch going over to Pacific region, Asia Pacific region, some going to, what's going to Australia? Any? A little pittance. We'll send you a little pittance. A little bit going to Australia. We got a bunch going to Asia Pacific region. We got a bunch going to the U.S., and we've got a little bit going to Europe here. Nice job. All right, anyway, let's get over to, what else can we get over to today? Well, let's get over to XDC. Look at that spike. Now, XDC has an all-time high of 19 cents. I am telling you that I am not a financial advisor. I am also telling you that my good sense says that on XDC, this next bull run, we pull past all-time high a 4x. We could pull a 7x. I say we go to 76 cents, at least. Yeah, I say we go to 76 cents. Yeah, I think we might go to 76 cents this run. We're going to be looking at some massive gains this run for some people on some coins. Some of us are not touching any of our coins. I don't know what you guys are going to be doing. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you to close this out here, guys. The XRP, XDC, and XLM might be an error to go selling those. And by the way, totally awesome. You are totally awesome. Thanks for helping out. I really think you're cool for dogging it on the channel here. And not dogging it, for laying it out on the channel. By the way, don't forget digitizing trade U.S. patents going on with XDC is digitizing all the United States patents. Do we think this might be worth something? By the way, all the ships of lading, when they come through, all those paper docs, no more now. Now done with XDC. So ship comes into port, you prove it, you got it. XDC proves it right away. Boom, on chain. Guy coming in, drops his shipment with that huge boat, drops it, gets paid instead of waiting 2 weeks to get paid, gets paid now. Boom. XDC is changing, and it can be done now, right? Because King Charles back, what, two years ago or so, signed into law over there, where the hub of all this trading is in London. All the shipping containers that they standardized some years ago. Remember, they took the hiccup and said, we'll take the hiccup. We'll slow production. We'll slow supply chain a little bit, but let's standardize all these shipping containers many years ago. And they did. And now they're all streamlined and everything, if you guys are aware of this. And the hub of all this is out of London. So the King of England said, oh yeah, now you can digitize trade finance. Well, guess what? Now the ships of lading are all on X. Guys, XDC is a crusher. I agree. Talk to me about tokenomics on XDC. Talk to me about tokenomics on XDC. I don't necessarily love them, and that's my issue with XDC. So talk to me on that. Let me get to some comments. There's some things I can and can't say. There's an F ton I need to get. Quant is what makes XDC do that through R3. Oh, jeez. Really? Boy, I think an F ton I need to get. Yeah, for sure, dude, for sure. Guys, we love it on the channel. I love to learn, and I love to hear people like Totally Awesome hopping in, who's got a wide base of crypto knowledge and wants to tell me and help me, and I love it. And I have no ego here, and I don't think I know everything about crypto, and I learn all the time. And there's a lot of things you're telling me that I already know, but there's a couple things I don't know. And I'm like, now, wait a minute. Oh. Anyway, so it's the second best third token, so I guess I'm going to do well with XDC. Jeez. I guess I made the right plays on XDC and Quant and XRP and XLM and XRP and HBAR and VeChain and Algo and IOTA. I guess I made the right moves, huh? I don't really know. I didn't know what I was doing. See, 10x XDC. Wow. Okay, interesting. Running 5 subnodes lets you run, right, if you hold that many XDC, you're saying, what's called the subnet. So holding 50,000 XDC is massive and will let you set, what, really? I have so much XDC, it's ridiculous, and I don't even know what I'm doing. All on cold. I hold my cold, yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing. Boy, I gotta learn what I'm doing with crypto. I think I'm so smart with crypto, I don't even know what I'm doing. I could be taking a massive advantage with crypto. Not financial advice, Totally Awesome says, Totally Awesome. How hilarious. USDC integration and all on major exchanges bets. I bet $1 to 3 easy. Huh. That means I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I might explode when I see some of these prices. Like that 27K percent, it's done before. I know, it's insane stuff. It's movement, a whole world's patience. Remember, this will be, yeah, it could be a one world G. It could be. Look up the logo for Zinf. Oh, really? What do you not like about the tokenomics? I don't like the burn. You say it's the same as XRP 30. Oh, okay. Well, then I'm fine. I thought it could be dumped. I guess it can't. I thought more could be created, out of nowhere. I guess that's not true. I thought more XDC could be created on a whim. That's my concern. What about that? Can't XDC be created on a whim? More XDC, be created, be minted? I don't know where. Or is that wrong? Pretty cool, man. I hope you guys are having fun, and I hope you guys are learning something on crypto info, blockchain made easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank, with this funny little discussion we're having with Totally Awesome. How hilarious. No, it's max capped. What? Hey guys, we're going to do a little better on the channel than we thought. They say know what you hold. I think Tank is kind of being a knucklehead. He doesn't know what he holds. Wow. We're going to be some happy people in this world. Guys, and Totally Awesome and everybody. Guys, Totally Awesome dominated the comments there at the end, but please don't be bashful just because he's jamming it. Where are you, Monsager? Where are you, Turkey Base? Where are you, Marnie? Sir Gassington, Ogan? Where are the rest of my buddies in this comment section? Do not go away, Turkey Base, meaning in the comments. You guys are cool. You guys are so respectful. You're letting them jam it out in the comment section. Dude knows what he's talking about. Totally awesome. You are pretty totally awesome. Thanks for hooking it in the comments, and so are all the other folks that I mentioned, and so is the rest of the community and all the other folks on the channel. We don't get pushed out to many. I see that I literally have 5 to 8 people on this channel, which cracks me up, and I literally could care less. I'm having a blast. I don't care if nobody was on here. I'm having the time of my life. Enjoy it. Welcome, 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 and goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Have the best Thursday ever. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Happy Thursday. Have a good day. Crypto markets crank. Don't forget the Bitcoin, everything is going to like 100 and whatever. It's going to crazy prices the next weeks. We're about to have an explosion for your Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas dinners. Thanks for joining us. I love you all. And you know that, not in a weird, creepy way. You guys are pretty freaking awesome. Thanks for coming in. And yeah, let's run some more XDC. Totally awesome. And the other folks in the channel will run some more XRP talk too, because this is what